Just allow the breath to be slower perhaps than usual, longer exhales than usual, and in and out through the nose. Working about 5 to 10 breaths here as we open up. If it helps, you can take both hands to belly. As you breathe in, feeling the belly expanding. As you exhale, feel the belly gently contracting, deflating. Connecting to the core, the ribs, also ballooning with each in-breath. Okay, roll over for cat-cow. Continuing to warm up the core by targeting the spine, setting up here, tucking the chin, connecting and lengthening the back of the neck. Curling the back toes under, inhale into a back bend, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale gently into the forward bend, tucking the chin and tucking the tailbone down. Inhale to back bend, exhale to forward bend here. Keep going for a few reps. For anywhere up to 10 reps. Finishing up, coming to neutral, and then come to standing position. Standing hip C.A.Rs. So stand with one hand on the wall for stability. Stabilize the outside hip for core, standing leg. The knee comes up first of all, very slowly. Internally rotate the inside thigh towards the wall. Start to move the thigh towards the wall and round and back and squeeze the thighs together. That was one rep. Continue. Slowly, knee comes up. Internally rotate the thigh bone. Keep the thigh internally rotated and squeeze thighs together. Gazing straight forwards, chest lifted as you continue to move through 2 more rounds. Go slow. Feeling the hip and what you're waking up. Just working within the range of motion that you've got. After 3 to 5, come back and reverse the direction, starting with the thighs squeezed together. Thigh moves out, externally rotate the thigh bone, moving across. Keep the external rotation, hold briefly the thigh bone across the body, gentle squeeze at the top. Keeping everything engaged. Standing hip, glute, core. Good. And then switch sides. Beginning with the internal rotation version. Keeping lifted in the chest. Stable through the spine and core. After a few rounds, switch sides, externally rotate this time, squeeze the top of the movement across the body. Good, now finish that up and then lie on your back for glute bridges. Targeting the glutes here, so stepping the feet out mat width apart. First move here, ground through the feet and curl tailbone off the floor. As you exhale, raise the hips off the floor. Inhale, down into belly as you lower down through the spine. Relax the hips and pelvis at the bottom. Start the move by rotating the tailbone off the floor and press through the heels. 5 breaths here. Inhale down, exhale up. So 1 full breath cycle is a rep. If it helps you to fire up your legs here, you can close the eyes and just feel from within the activation that this move generates in the lower core and hips. On the round that you're on, make that your final round, finish up, set up for dead bug. Supine 90-90, hands facing each other. In this position here with the back of the neck long, feet off the floor, knees up, shoulders down the back. Connecting lower back to mat. Take an inhale, expand back and side ribs. As you exhale, hug front ribs down so that core fires up. Inhale, expanding the ribs, and then exhale, reach your left arm back and your right leg forwards. Just angling it away from you. Belly draws down on the exhale, and then take an inhale, come back to the start position. As you exhale, slowly raise, reach out, opposite arm and leg. So left leg, right arm. Feeling belly activate as you draw belly down, hugging abs in. Inhale, come back. Okay, do 5 reps. So that's 1 rep is 1 on each side. Five reps should take you about 10 breaths in total. As you alternate, each side is 1 breath. Keeping front ribs hugged down, connecting lower back to mat. Keeping face relaxed and just connecting to your core here as you fire up your abs. Do 1 more round after the round that you're on. And then slowly make your way into a tabletop position once again for glute kickbacks. So set up with the spine neutral this time. Back of the neck long as always, chest activated as you press through the hands and the pits of the elbows pointing forwards. Keeping stability with the limbs that are on the floor here. And then begin by exhaling and kick the left heel back. So I should go straight up towards the ceiling. Thigh angled away, feeling left glute on. And then inhale, lower down. That was 1 rep. Let's do 5 reps. Deep breath as you come lower the leg down. Feeling the core. Exhale, feel for transferring the force generated with the in-breath out into the movement. Kicking back, feeling left glute fired up. Next time you inhale, come down and switch sides. Exhale, kick the right leg back. 3 or 4 more. Very good. Finishing up from tabletop, come to standing. Set up for the strengthening flow piece here. So split squat killers. Step the left foot forwards. Be on the ball of the back foot here in the lunge. Square the hips up. You can have the hands down by your sides or hands on hips. Before you come into this, feel for lifting up in the chest. Take an inhale through the core. As you exhale, lower right knee down towards the floor, just hovering off the floor. And then on exhale, you press back up to the lunge. And repeat. 5 reps. Just work on lowering the right knee down. And then pressing through both feet, through the ball of the back foot, firing up not just the front leg, but the back leg too. Inhaling, right knee comes down. Exhale, set up for lunge 90-90, floating the hands up. Soften shoulders down the back, hugging the front ribs back towards the spine here. Firing up the right glute a little bit as you tuck tailbone down towards the floor, opening through the right hip. Connecting back to circular, even breaths in and out through the nose throughout this practice. As you repeat this again and again, you begin to memorize the moves. This process of connecting breath and movement will become more effortless. From here, shift into a low lunge. Doesn't have to be super deep, just maybe whatever works for you to get a bit more of an opening in the front of right hip. Relax the arms down. If you have blocks, you can use them here, supporting blocks either side of you. And then shifting the weight back into half splits here. Keeping the chest lifted. If you would like to, you can also support the knee by laying down a blanket here in a perpendicular position in the middle of your mat. You can be right up here too as an option with the hands on the hips. Just lean forwards, connecting to the back of the left leg, stretching it. Shifting forwards, grounding the hands, step back to downward dog. Slowing down the breath here in down dog, lengthening through the spine and tucking the chin. Palms are lively here as you press down through knuckles and fingers into the mat. Shoulder blades spread apart, slightly feeling the lats and the chest. Split squat killers on the right side, step through with the right foot and into lunge. Hands on hips, inhale, exhale, lower slowly, left knee down towards the floor, exhale, press. Slow, mindful performance repetitions here. Lowering your left knee down on the final rep into lunge 90-90, raising the hands. Lifting up through the back of the ribs, keeping the shoulder blades down away from the ears. As you inhale, feel for telescoping the ribs up and away from waist. Exhale, feel for rooting down through the feet. As you inhale here, feel for a subtle lift through the spine, through the crown. And exhale, lower the hands down and lean into a lower lunge position. Doesn't have to be super deep. Holding the lunge, breathing through the left hip. Half splits. Shifting the weight back, stretching out through the right leg, flexing the toes of the right foot back towards the shin. You can have fingertips, you can use blocks for a lift, or just simply lifting all the way up here, hands on hips. If you're in this position, you may need to adjust, leaning forwards ever so slightly to connect to an optimal stretch in the back of the right hamstring, back of the right leg. Once you're in each pose, just work on breathing freely in through the nose, out through the nose. Finish up, shifting forwards, grounding the hands, step back to down dog. From downward dog, slowly shift into standing and come up for a horse stance hold. Start with the feet together, under the hips. Heel toe once, twice, 3 times, perhaps even 4 or 5 times depending on your biomechanics. Grabbing the opposite elbow here, tucking the tailbone down and shifting the weight down as if you imagine sinking down through the sit bones. Abdominal breathing here as we hold horse stance squat. Two moves that can help us connect to this is tucking the chin, lengthening the back of the neck, tucking the tailbone, lengthening the lower back. Continue to breathe as you hold this one. Feeling hips and legs firing up. Next move is hip airplanes on the wall. Exhaling and stand. Heel toe the feet together. Shifting to a wall, both hands on the wall. Stepping back with the right leg lifted. Standing leg, left leg can be slightly bent for this if you wish. Internally rotate the thigh bone, exhale, open the thigh out. Imagine you're turning your foot, leg and your torso as a unit, curling in, internally rotate the thigh, exhale, open the foot out towards the ceiling, rotating outward, and feel for activating the outer right hip. Go for anywhere 5 or 6 reps here. Over time, through repetition, we begin to wake up and activate these muscles, such as the TFL and the outer hip, that tend to cramp up and cause a little bit of a mischief. Very good, switching sides, lower the right leg down, opening out, rotating the left foot towards the ceiling. As a unit, internally rotate the right leg, externally open. Again, working with the breath. Let's go for 4 more breaths here. Four more reps. And finishing up after the round that you're on, coming back and walking towards the wall to step out. Option to come into a wide stance squat. So you can be hands down, you can hold opposite elbows if you want to. If you have further to go in this, you can also come into a Malasana Squat. So as long as the heels are on the floor, then you can hold the Malasana Squat using the elbows to gently traction away the inner thighs. Coming back to feeling the breath within the belly here, bringing your awareness back to the body. As you come back to squatting in this position, you will begin to feel an improvement in sort of your awareness and connection within the core, and it will feel as if you're beginning to sort of realign your internal organs here as you hold this. To come out, take the hands up first and then exhaling and stand, reaching up, gazing up towards the hands. Inhale, pushing the hips forwards, exhaling, hands to heart. Shifting here, coming into a quick core, active core cool down. So first move is just to come into a Sphinx posture. You'll see my hands just flicking under this mat, but my fingers are spread, palms are into the mat, forearms and wrists pressed down. Chest is wide. You can gaze down, you can gaze up here, and strongly, but firmly but gently I should say, just grounding the forearms, wrists, palms into the mat. Breathing and feeling, sensing the breath within the lower back. Feeling for this, how this move stabilizes the lower back here. If you're wanting a bit more core activation here, prepare for the Sphinx to plank variation. Curling the back toes under, on an exhale, press up into plank. Imagine tucking the chin and, as best you can, lengthening and straightening through the spine here, tucking the tailbone. Inhaling, release the move and come all the way down into Sphinx. And rep from plank. The exhale, holding briefly, squeezing at the top. And inhaling, releasing into Sphinx. Let's do 2 or 3 more. Feeling everything firing up. Welcome any shakes as you press and activate through the core here. Hug the front ribs back towards you. Feel for drawing opposite arm and foot towards each other as you hold the plank at the top. Coming down here, releasing that and resting in crocodile or prone position. Forehead is resting on the back of the hands. Bring your awareness to the back ribs, back of the body here as you breathe in, sensing, feeling for ballooning the back ribs. Exhale, feel for releasing and letting go into the mat. Shifting here from the prone position onto your back for the final round of abdominal breathing. You can have your knees up or feet, knees down, legs out to the side. Feel for setting up your Shavasana just to help you to come back to connecting to the body and breath here. Just moving through a few rounds of abdominal breathing to close the practice.